Have you looked at my record on competitions? No, I only did this because I thought maybe Ruben would help my record improve, but I ended up screwing his up. So no more competing for me.
But how are you feeling after the episode last night?
I feel absolutely wonderful.
What happened last night, Ruben? Did I miss it?
We were pushed off of the back singer stage.
That's right. You know, I forget because I've been pushed off so many shows that I can't keep them straight. You remember it because it's the only time you've ever lost anything. I remember it because, you know, it's just old hat to me.
How was it for the two of you to compete together, having, you know, I guess 20 years after first being on American Idol and having that dynamic where you were competing against each other to compete together in this way? What was different?
I definitely felt like we had the edge. I mean, when you're performing with somebody that you are used to performing with, it's always gives you that competitive edge that you need to move forward. But I don't know if the outcome would have been different. Like, we did our best. I think we sang well, and that was, you know, what it was.
Ruben's so hung up on it. We didn't lose, Ruben. It wasn't a singing competition.
We lost.
We didn't. It was no. Listen, as a professional loser, I'm aware. I can tell when a loss is a loss. That, you know, Masked Singer is a fun singing show. It's not a singing competition. It's a show about, you know, what's the silliest costume. We couldn't move in our costumes, and I tell you what, Gumball was pop locking over there. He had some moves down for that last battle royale. So we lost the dance competition, Ruben. We can handle that, right? I will answer your question by saying, I don't think Ruben and I ever felt in competition with each other when we were on Idol. So while, yeah, the whole country might have seen us as competitors on that show, when we were on Idol, we were never trying to beat the other person, right? We were just trying to do our best. And that's what we did on Masked Singer too.
And since then, I know you have worked together. So what was different about this experience as opposed to, say, your Christmas show or your tour?
I don't know if you saw it or not, Arnold, but we were wearing large Beet costumes in this one. We don't do that normally.
I mean, we did have a costume or two on our Christmas show, but it was not like a large 400-degree Beet costume. Not at all.
Well, I think there was a very cute moment in the episode last night, kind of related to the costumes, in that the theme last night was a soundtrack of my life. And you dedicated the song to your little Beets, which was such a precious moment. Talk to me about singing that song last night for your children.
I mean, anytime you get the opportunity on such a large platform to tell the world how much you care about your kid. I love Olivier and Henry, and I'm, you know, thankful that I get an opportunity to do things that they're going to be able to see and show their friends one day when they think I'm like relevant.
Right. That might happen one day. Mine is older. He's almost 16. He definitely thinks it's a little bit cooler that I do what I do. He doesn't think I'm relevant still, that's for sure. But he does. And he, as soon as, he didn't know about us doing the show, but as soon as I called him in the room when the first episode aired, and as soon as he heard Ruben's voice, he was like, "Whoa, that's Uncle Ruben." And I said, "Yeah." And then he heard mine and he said, "Wait a second, when did you do this?" So he got it right away. And he had to practice like we did, not saying anything to anybody for several months. So he was kind of excited today that he could go back to school and people would know at that point because they watched the reveal and he could talk about it. And I think he thinks it's cool at this point. Olivier and Henry are not yet to the point where Parker was never impressed by anything I did until he got old enough to realize that not everybody's parent does the same thing.
Right.
I'm sure. I do have to ask, did Olivier, at least, I know he's 3, is that correct? Did he at least get to see the costume? Was there a reaction at all?
He did see the costume last night, and he did get a chance to figure out that it was me at the end. So, but he was more interested in seeing Clay than he was in seeing me.
That's what they do at that age. Yeah, that's what they do at 15 too. Remember, he was far more excited about Ruben being. Mine was far more excited about Ruben being on the show than me.
What was the best part of this experience for you, or was there a moment throughout the competition that really stands out to you?
I think the best part of the experience for me was just the being able to be perform and not be seen. Like I think like you kind of get a chance to like just sing and try to fool people. I tried to sing a little bit different than I normally do, but I don't think I fooled one person with with my voice.
Ruben and I have done 2 tours together now. Felt like 3 because that last year's tour was a full year's worth of touring for our 20th anniversary. And we've done a show of our own on Broadway for Christmas. But outside of those things, there really aren't many times where we've sung together on TV. We've done, a talk show to promote the tour or the Christmas show. We sang in group songs when we were on Idol, but this was the first time that we have really gotten to totally go for it on TV and sing songs that we weren't choose the songs we got to sing. And I loved that we got to do that together and that people got to hear us together in a way that they don't normally get to unless they hear us live.
I do want to ask now about future projects. I don't know if you're going to continue to work together, I'm sure, but do you have anything in the works and separate projects as well? I know, Ruben, you have some new music coming out. I know you released an album recently as well.
Yes, my new album, The Way I Remembered, is out right now, but I would definitely always welcome the opportunity to do music or anything with Clay. I mean, we've done things periodically over the years, and we've had the opportunity to continue that legacy.
I haven't. I stopped performing in 2014 and focused on other things, the dad thing too, and then Ruben and I got together in 2018 to do our show on Broadway, and then I stopped again. And then we did our tour last year. And then I stopped again. Then we did Masked Singer. And the only person who's really gotten me to perform has been Ruben. We've had a great time this past year in doing this show. I might eventually do something on my own, but I think we'd love to do our Christmas show together again at some point. We'll get together on stage again without question. It might not be till our 25th or 30th anniversary, but it'll happen.
What is it about the way you work together that you kind of keep coming back to have moments like this?
I mean, I think it's more than just the working aspect of it. I think it's the familiar, the family aspect of what we have built over the last 21 years. Because I sing with lots of people, but I don't have a brotherhood with everybody I'm on stage with, and so that for me is what makes the performing with Clay even the more special.
It's easy. I mean, it's easy to do for a whole bunch of reasons. Every reason that Ruben just stated, and also because when you sing with, we obviously both have. Ruben's got his own performing career. I've got my own stuff that I do. He's been supportive of me through other things that I've done also. But maybe it's a fact of where we came from or how we got to where we are. We don't compete with each other on stage ever. And when we work together, we work together. Ruben's toured with great big names and done shows with other people. I've done shows with other people. And usually when you do it, you're doing your stuff and they're doing their stuff. And maybe you'll sing a duet together, but it's all when we work together, we work together. And Ruben's never out there trying to show me up. I'm never out there trying to show him up. We're out there trying to do something as a team. And I think that makes it not only more fun to do, but it just makes it easier.
Do you see yourself doing any other competition shows?
Have you looked at my record on competitions? No, I only did this because I thought maybe Ruben would help my record improve, but I ended up screwing his up. So no more competing for me.
We shall see. I have no. We'll just see.
Of the people who are left, the characters that are left on the show, is there anyone that you're rooting for?
I think if I'm not a sports person, Ruben, you have to help me, but correct me if I'm wrong. Usually I've been told you're supposed to root for the team that beat yours, because then you could arguably say that had it not, you got beat by the winner, right? So we're
Right.
really both rooting for Gumball at this point, simply because Gumball's the one who kicked us out. And if Gumball wins, then we can say we really came in second.
Right.
I like that. Well, thank you so much for your time today, and congrats on what you were able to accomplish.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.